Good day. Welcome to another handy dandy episode. You ever wonder how to track your expenses using a spreadsheet? Maybe throw in some pretty graphs? Well, there is an easy way. Let me show you. For this example, I used Microsoft Office Excel. However, if you don't have that software, you can use OpenOffice Calc, which is a free software that you can find online. It's fairly similar to Excel, of course with minor differences from software to software. Okay, let's enter the items at the top of column A, and let's enter amount at the top of column B. Now under items, let's enter groceries, let's add utilities, let's add internet. I guess that could be utilities too, but anyway, let's add rent or mortgage. Okay, now let's expand the column a little bit, and now let's enter the amount for each item. Let's say $300 for groceries, $100 for utilities, let's say $50 for internet, and let's say it's $500 for rent or mortgage for the month. Now let's make those values appear as currencies. Select the column, right click, and click on Format Cells. Now go to the number subsection, and you'll notice a currency section within there. And you'll notice the default value is dollar, but of course you have various other currencies. Let's choose dollar and OK, and you notice how they changed to dollar sign. Now let's make it look a little pretty. Select all the columns and rows, right click, Format Cells, and go to the border subsection. Add the outline for borderline and the inline, I guess, border. Now once you hit OK, you get a nice looking table. And now let's add the total expenses for the month and the total budget. Let's enter under column D, I guess, total expenses. Let's put the budget under column E. Let's expand that a little bit. Now what you do is, let's say that your budget is $3,000 for the month, and for total expenses, there's a way you can add a formula within Excel to add all those values. Let's go equal sign, sum, open bracket, and now select the amount for each item. Close the bracket. You'll notice how it autofills, enter, and then the total expenses is calculated automatically. Now let's do the same to format the cells, just to make them look pretty. Add the currency and outline it and inline it with the border settings. Okay, let's do a graph now. Select the total expenses and budget, and go to the Insert tab and select the graph. You'll notice you get a pretty looking graph. You can change the title of it. Let's say January expenses and budget, and it's called a column graph, I believe. And you can change colors to each column, I suppose, and just to differentiate between the two. For this example, I created an expenses versus budget sheet within the Excel document. You'll notice at the bottom, and I grouped all the total expenses on monthly basis. And how I did that, I hit the plus sign and you get a new sheet. Okay, let's delete that. And yeah, for January, you have a total number of $950 for expenses, so I entered that in the first sheet. For February, you'll notice the cost of groceries went up to $400, giving us a different number. For March, you decided to purchase a car, so that increased your expenses. For April, you had to do a roof repair, and you notice you go slightly over budget for that month, and so on and so forth. So let's create a graph. You select all the three columns, And what this will do is will give us a nice trend for the year. So you go under the Insert tab of the Excel document, and this time choose the line graph, which is the button below the column graphs. And yeah, let's just use the first one available. And yeah, you'll notice it gives us a nice trend for the full year, and it's a good way to keep track. Let's give it a title. Let's say it's for the year of 2017, and you'll notice the blue line represents the expenses and the orange line represents the budget. And yeah, this is a good way to keep track of your expenses and stay on top when you go over budget and when you're within the budget. Thank you for watching another episode of HandyDandyRight. And if you found it useful, ensure to subscribe to my channel using the icon right there. Good day.